It's not an absolute necessity, but charisma gives you an ability to communicate in more aspirational and more motivational ways. And charismatic leaders have this, I think, really special talent of describing the future in very appealing ways. So you think of Stephen Jobs, a good classic charismatic leader. And I think that's a very important skill.
And what is your definition of charismatic?
Well, it's funny you ask it, because my doctoral dissertation was on charismatic business leaders, and I was trying to figure out, well, what made one leader charismatic and the other not charismatic. And what the charismatics possessed in spades was, number one, the ability to have an inspirational vision. And they were just world-class at communicating that. The non-charismatics might have an inspirational vision, but they didn't communicate it terribly well. Secondly, the charismatics had enormous communication skills. They were just very gifted, and that works with the vision powerfully. The third thing they did was they were unconventional, and that unconventionality made them very appealing to their followers. They would break standards of conventions and industries. And that either helped them be winners in the industry, or actually, in many cases, they would fail. So you have a higher potential risk with a charismatic leader. But I always say you don't want to necessarily be a charismatic leader, but borrow their skill set.
And what would you see as an opportunity for those who are really strong communicators to help coach and teach those who aren't?
Yeah, I think first of all, they have to highlight for their protege the fact that if you look at many of the very influential thought figures and business leaders, they're really great communications. Whether it's Warren Buffett, who's really a fabulous, if you listen to Warren Buffett, every minute he brings in a story or analogy. I mean, he's masterful. So these are people who many executives admire. And just literally saying, let's take a look at a few business thought leaders who you admire, and let's look at what they're all good at. And very quickly, you realize, one, they're strategic, but secondly, they're superb communicators. So I think bringing home the importance of it in becoming a very effective leader. I think secondly, helping people realize it's not a gift. It's something you can actually learn. And when I teach undergraduates, it's the one thing which I can quickly teach them. And I will tell them, I'll say, you know, we're going to spend a whole semester on leadership, but out of that semester, the one thing you're going to get mastery in quickly is communications. I'll make you actually a very persuasive individual.